So what I use now, I've discovered another AI. Actually, there's several AI competing for your voice. Typeless or Whisper Flow. I highly recommend you start using one or the other. Use both. Okay? So what is it? It's like your phone. You know, on your phone, you talk to your phone, you talk to Claude AI. So for example, how many of you do marking? Student marking. How many of you do paper reviews? Yes or no?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. All right. So you click on Claude, all right? And if I click on, if I click on the microphone, that's different from your Google microphone, all right? So I'm going to click on that. Yeah, I'm just grading these student assignments, and I just want to spend about 2 minutes quickly reading through and moving on one by one, and if you can help summarise what I'm talking about. With assignment number 1, I've just looked, the introduction, yeah, could have been clearer and could have had a few more references. I noticed that the references that at the back was quickly put together. There's a few missing references. And I noticed on page 6 that the student could have made clearer that figure that they've made in use. And then I do that, and now summary, Claude will actually put that into a summary. All right? Okay, so introduction, reference page 6. There's my feedback for the student. All right, put it great. I can go to that Claude and then that will show up on my Claude machine. All right, now I think you can do it at GPT, but I just find that Claude works really well for that. All right, did I upload the student submission to AI? Yes or no? No. No, right? Because, the school says don't put student assignments on AI. You with me? So what did I do? Did I use AI, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So I used it to speed up my judgment onto paper. You with me? Right? So this is where the more you get working with all these AI platforms, then you figure out different things. There's not a AI 101 list for you to learn here. I just learned it by just figuring it out and think, okay, this gets around university policy of you're not allowed to put a student assignment onto AI. Are you with me here? All right, so I just do this and then as student number 2 and start talking about it. And then it's all summarised, copy and paste, boom. Or a student wants feedback on the exam, you can actually take, copy and paste their exam answers without identifying the student, put it in AI. Can you just summarise the student responses versus the answers for this exam? And it'll give a summary. You with me here? All right? So I'm just trying to throw everything at you that something might stick, okay? All right? Now, co-work. Same thing, you're reviewing a paper. Paper comes to you and the journal says you're not allowed to upload that paper to AI. Then you do what I just said here. You just start talking to your phone. Introduction, yeah, not bad. The motivation's a little bit weak. It would be nice if you had 1 or 2 more industry references to just sharpen that motivation a little bit. I noticed the contributions, there's 3 of them, but contribution 2 and 3 seems to be a little bit... Are you with me here? Because your mind is so much faster than what you type, well, for me anyway, unless you're a million-word typer. All right, most of us are not. AI is beautiful for that. And then you're complying with the institution policy, you're complying with the journal policy. You with me here? All right, makes sense? All right, Claude Co-work, knock something off. How can I help you? All right, Typeless or Whisper Flow. If I want to use Whisper Flow, I just press on, hello Claude, can you just have a look at this working paper here? Can you just have a look at the introduction? And a little bit worried that it may be a little bit long, but I'm a bit concerned with reader energy, and I want the flow of thought going from the motivation to our research question to the contributions that we are trying to make. Is there any part of the introduction, maybe 1 or 2 parts, that you could help to improve the flow of writing with these objectives in mind? Right. I'm using Typeless. Right? The more you talk to AI with your natural voice, the less AI is going to be mechanical. With me? Big mistake we make is, because we're using the keyboard, we try and get to the point in giving instructions to AI. Then you're given mechanical instructions to AI. You with me? So what does AI give back to you? Mechanical answers. But look at what I said. Can you have a look specific? I'm a little worried. Is that mechanical? No, that's human. You with me here? I am concerned with reader energy. Wow, is that mechanical? No! So, how can I do that? I can't do that by naturally typing. It just takes me days to do that. But Whisper Flow or Typeless, where you push a button and there's talk. Let's do it. Let's go. Oh, I'm using Opus 4.6. Yeah, I was using that the other day. It ended up charging me $60 because I got it to do a lot. Opus 4.6 consumes 5 times more tokens than Sonnet 4.5. All right, they're the two main engines of Claude. Did you know that? You do know that. Once you get in, remember this AI path is something that you work on, you curate, you forever curating. It's not something you do it as an afterthought. Remember? Research, voice, AI. You've got to work on all three all the time. Big message here. All right? So it's working. It better go fast, otherwise it's going to charge me. All right? Using my token limit, it will actually send me a bill. But I can stop that and use running command. Let me just stop that. And you're thinking, Neil, what are you talking about? Copy, Opus, let's go to Sonnet. I've got more tokens with Sonnet. All right? So this is what I mean. Once you start working with AI, you just need to know its limits. You know what works, you know what doesn't. This might take a little bit longer, but it will just show you by the end of the session that we're talking about. Right? Let me just stop. Questions?